Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the On Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of On Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Hello, it's Friday, October 6th, and this is John Frenaye. Maryland's Comptroller Peter Franchot has filed for re-election. He has been serving the state of Maryland for nearly 10 years, and he considers himself a fiscal moderate at this point and has really struck up a very good relationship with Republican Governor Larry Hogan. Franchot is a Democrat, and he is currently being challenged by Worcester County Republican Anjali Fukan. And if you want to know a little bit more about Anjali Fukan, head on over to themarylandcrabs.com. We did an interview with her. Quite an interesting woman. If you remember the noose that was hanging at Crofton Middle School back in May, one of the teens that was arrested and charged with a hate crime has pled guilty. Connor Charles Prout, 19, of Crofton, pled guilty yesterday, and Circuit Court Judge Michael Walk sentenced him to 120 hours of community service to be completed under the direction of the Anne Arundel County NAACP. He will also be appearing before the Caucus of African American Leaders to explain his actions in the coming week. Speaking of Crofton Middle School, the school had delayed opening 2 days this week because of a bad smell. Firefighters were called to the school on the report of a smell of gas inside, yet did not detect any leaks. And in other school news, up in Brooklyn Park at Belle Grove Elementary, Principal Tamara Kelly had sent home a letter informing parents that during our 5th grade lunch and recess today, one of our students showed several other students a plastic bag containing a white powdery substance. One of the students who saw the bag informed a teacher who in turn alerted me. Realizing the bag could contain something illegal, I immediately contacted police and confiscated the bag. Police took possession of it, investigated the matter, and informed the school that the substance was indeed cocaine in 5th grade in Belle Grove Elementary School in Brooklyn Park. Netflix is raising the prices on its subscription service for some of its tiers. And it's the first time since 2015. Investors have asked what took so long, and that sent its stock price up 5%. And the new lineup is $7.99 for low definition, 1 device at a time, and that's no change in price. $10.99 for high definition on 2 devices at a time, that's up $1. And $13.99 for 4K access on up to 4 devices at a time, and that's up $2. Despite the bump, Netflix's 104 million subscribers shouldn't fly the coop. The streaming provider is still cheaper than HBO and Hulu, and it's also keeping viewers hooked by pouring more than $6 billion into original programming and signing exclusive deals with some A-list celebrities like Letterman and Chris Rock. Finally, the word of the day, patience. We have the United States Sailboat Show in town this weekend, and tomorrow we will have the Navy Air Force football game kicking off at 3:30 p.m. We will have full coverage of that, so make sure you tune back. We'll throw a couple of commentary out through our Twitter feed. We'll have a live blog on On Annapolis. But traffic will be very, very heavy this weekend. Got a lot of out-of-town people. Just have some patience. It's a lot easier.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George from DMV Weather. Here's your Annapolis forecast for today, Friday, October 6th. Today and tomorrow will be the last 2 days of this incredible run of sunny, warm, and very dry weather for the area, as temps will again get into the upper 70s and mid-80s across the region each day. For today specifically, we posted a target high temp on our website of 80 degrees for Annapolis and 82 for BWI Airport. So far, we're 100% accurate in October with our 4-degree forecast, but let's see how these forecast numbers match up at the end of the day today with the actual recorded high temps outside. Low temps tonight will be in the 60s, and we'll look for 80 to 85 degrees again tomorrow with more sunshine, so be sure to get out and about while we still have the great weather around. And remember, the United States Sailboat Show in Annapolis is now through October the 9th, so be sure to get out for this special annual event in downtown Annapolis this weekend, and also be sure to mark your calendars for the United States Powerboat Show next week in Annapolis from October 12th through the 15th. Okay, beyond Saturday, the skies above will turn active for the first time in weeks for the Annapolis area as a frontal boundary dividing two different air masses, warmer to our south and relatively cooler to our north and northwest, moves over the region, creating some instability as the air types mix it up a bit. And adding to that front will be moisture from a tropical system named Nate, a tropical storm that is expected to become a minimal hurricane later today or tomorrow before making landfall along the Gulf Coast region, somewhere in the vicinity of New Orleans. And that combination will bring in some moisture late Saturday into Sunday, but then especially Monday into Tuesday, as the path of Nate is expected to move directly over or very close to the DMV region early next week, with the storm at that point effectively being a post-tropical rainstorm with some basic breezy conditions to go along with it for our area. Okay, that's it for us today. Be sure to download our free app by searching for DC MDVA Weather in your app store, and also be sure to follow us 24/7, 365 on our website at dmvweather.com or social media via Twitter or Facebook. This is George Young of DMV Weather with your Annapolis forecast. Whatever the weather out there, have fun and be safe.
Wow. Now, doesn't that music sound fancy and important? Well, it is. Hey, it's John. As you know, On Annapolis and the Maryland Crabs are co-sponsoring a mayoral debate on October 15th at Rams Head on Stage. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but we will be live streaming it. However, we do need your help. We are soliciting questions for the candidates from our listeners. I am sure you have one or two, so just jot them down in an email and send them to info@themarylandcrabs.com or info@ionannapolis.net, and we will sift through them and ask the candidates directly on your behalf. Please make sure they're specific to the candidate and include your first name and your ward or neighborhood, just so we sort of know where the questions are coming from. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the 15th, whether it be in person or on live streaming. And hey, the general election for the city of Annapolis is on November 7th. And if you need to register to vote, or you need to change your registration, meaning your party affiliation, your address, your name, etc., you have until Monday, October 9th to do it. So put that on your calendar, and we will see you at the polls. The On Annapolis Daily is possible in part because of the support of Rams Head on Stage. Rams Head, where every seat is less than 48 feet from the stage, brings more than 400 concerts a year to the area. To wet your whistle, check out some of these upcoming shows. Coming up this weekend, Crack the Sky on Friday and Saturday. The Laughs and Drafts comedy series continues with Quinn Doll on Sunday the 8th. Get your laugh on before a new week. Always recommended. Ricky Lee Jones, yes, Chucky's in Love on the 18th. 10,000 Maniacs on the 22nd, and just announced over at Maryland Hall on November 30th, Melissa Etheridge will bring her Merry Christmas Baby holiday show. Tickets are still available for all of these shows, and you can get yours at ramsheadonstage.com, or if you want to go old school, head to their box office. Rams Head is located in the heart of beautiful downtown Annapolis at 33 West Street. For a guaranteed great night out on the town, ramsheadonstage.com.
If you're looking for local sports, it's right here, right now on the On Annapolis Daily News Brief.
Hey guys, welcome to your Friday edition of Eye on Sports. I'm Kevin Chaney. Let's jump right into varsity field hockey. Broadneck was at Severna Park. Severna Park won 2-1 in overtime. Annapolis at Arundel won 6-0. Chesapeake at North County. Chesapeake won 10-0. Meade at Southern won 2-0. Old Mill at Northeast. Old Mill won 9-0. Over to boys varsity soccer. Southern was at Meade. Meade won 4-0. Northeast at Old Mill won 2-1. Severna Park at Broadneck was a tie, 1-1. South River at Glen Burnie. South River won 4-0. North County at Chesapeake. Chesapeake won 1-0. Arundel at Annapolis. Arundel won 3-2. In girls varsity soccer action, Northeast at Old Mill won 3-1. Southern at Meade. Southern won 4-0. South River at Glen Burnie. South River won 10-0. Severna Park at Broadneck. That was a 0-0 tie. North County at Chesapeake. Chesapeake won 3-0. Arundel at Annapolis. Arundel won 6-0. In Major League Baseball news, the American League Division Series started off last night with the Houston Astros beating the Boston Red Sox 8-2 and the Cleveland Indians beating the New York Yankees 4-0. Tonight you can catch all four playoff games as the Boston Red Sox and Houston Astros kick things off at 2 p.m., Yankees at Indians at 5, Cubs at Nats 7:30, Diamondbacks at Dodgers at 10:30. Don't forget also, Navy are hosting Air Force on Saturday afternoon in the first leg of the race for the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy. Navy has won the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy 10 of the last 14 years and has won 24 of the last 29 Service Academy games against Air Force and Army. Navy is expecting to break its attendance record of 38,205, which was set against Air Force in 2013, and are announcing that there are only standing room tickets available. Kickoff is set for 3:30, and the game will be airing on CBS Sports Network. I'm Kevin Chaney, and this has been your Eye on Sports.
Need to make plans for the weekend? We got you covered. Here are our top picks. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for the events newsletter with a listing of all the upcoming area events.
I always love Friday because you know there is always something going on. And certainly this weekend is no exception. We have the 48th Annual United States Sailboat Show in town through Monday. All downtown, there's hundreds of boats down at City Dock. Also with the crowds, have some patience, but have some fun. Go check out some of these boats. Buy a boat, buy some gear, maybe just go and dream. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you support the other local businesses up and down Main Street as well as Maryland Avenue, West Street, and everything else. Tonight at Union Jack's, the Sam Grow Band is back. If you like some country, it's $12 to get in, and he puts on a great show all the time. Tomorrow at Union Jack's, get back into the 80s with Weird Science. Fall Fest continues at Homestead Gardens through the month, and the Corn Maze, don't forget that, at Maryland Sunrise Farm up in Gambrels. If you're looking for an unusual happy hour, tonight is your night. From 5 to 8 p.m. at, of all places, K&B True Value Hardware. They're having a hardware happy hour where you will have 20% off of all purchases, and they've actually partnered with Great Frogs Winery, which is a wonderful winery right here in Annapolis. Plenty of samples and everything else. It goes on tonight from 5 to 8 p.m., the hardware happy hour at K&B True Value Hardware. And tomorrow with kickoff at 3:30, Navy versus Air Force in football. We will be there from the booth, bringing you play-by-play with a live blog on eyeonannapolis.net. Also make sure that you follow us on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis, and we'll have some updates on our Facebook page as well, which is the All Annapolis Facebook page there. And of course, we've got Kevin Chaney that handles our sports for us. He'll be there to give us some commentary, and we will throw that out here as well. Have a great weekend. Be safe and be patient.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at noon. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.